This video is going to be in English so that the international audience can understand. The world needs to understand Pakistan's perspective. When Imran Khan said absolutely not to giving bases to the CIA to target Afghanistan, it was exactly for a reason that Pakistan had been paying a big price for decades now. Ever since 9/11 happened and then the United States invaded Afghanistan, before that moment, there was no terrorism in Pakistan. It was after that when terrorism came to Pakistan. So when Imran Khan said absolutely not to giving bases to the CIA, it was exactly keeping in line with that mindset of trying to block any possible blowback from Afghanistan that will reach Pakistan. Taliban had been allies of Pakistan for a long time. It's an open secret. Everyone knows it. Since 1996, they had been friends with Pakistan. And even when the United States wanted to make peace deal with Taliban, they reached out to Pakistan to get their help on this matter. Everyone knows that. Zalmay Khalilzad could not have pulled this off. Donald Trump could not have made a peace deal with Taliban. The United States could not have withdrawn from Afghanistan without Pakistan's help. Now, what the United States could not achieve through decades of war and through decades of pressuring Pakistan was achieved with one, seemingly peaceful act, which is to convince some of the top military generals in Pakistan to allow the drone to fly from Pakistan. If it really happened that way, we do not have confirmation of that. But the Taliban believe that when Ayman Al Zawahiri, the chief of Qaeda, was killed in Afghanistan, the drone that actually targeted him had flown from Pakistan. And these longtime allies of Pakistan, of the state of Pakistan, are now turning against Pakistan. So, I mean, the perspective that the world needs to understand is, first, 9/11 happened and the invasion of Afghanistan was followed, which turned Al-Qaeda to become an enemy of Pakistan. And we saw a lot of attacks inside Pakistan that Al-Qaeda did, because they became enemies of Pakistan because Pakistan facilitated the US invasion of Afghanistan. Now, after the withdrawal of the United States from Afghanistan, the Taliban are turning against Pakistan. So each time the US does something, Pakistan tries to favor the US policy by sacrificing its own independent foreign policy. And the result is problems for Pakistan. And that is what, like I said, Imran Khan wanted to avoid. That's what Imran Khan did not want in the first place. That's why he said absolutely not. We're not going to allow CIA bases to operate on Pakistan soil and, target other countries, because that creates a backlash. There's a blowback always. And that is, that sort of independent foreign policy is not possible under this regime. And that is probably why this regime was installed, so that, other countries' foreign policies could take the front seat and Pakistan's own interests, national interests and independent foreign policy can take a back seat. Maybe even not even a back seat, maybe just completely ignored in this process. People will pay the price of this eventually, like they always have before. And that is something the world needs to understand. That is why people in Pakistan want Imran Khan to be in charge, because he's only going to think about Pakistan first.